I took a 2.5 year hiatus from Instagram and other socials, and I wanted to share with you the top 5 lessons I learned and discovered that are impacting my life and thinking today. If you stay tuned to the end, I also want to share with you a book that I read during this time that completely changed my life and thinking. And guess what? I listened to it completely free on YouTube. So stay tuned. Hi there, my name is Lindsay and this is Lindsay in the City. Welcome. I have lived in several cities across the US and traveled to a few more abroad. As a Black woman navigating faith, finance, friendships, relationships, love, career, money, all of the things, I wanted to create community, foster belonging, and share perspective on all of these things as I document my 30-somethings. In 2022, I decided to take a 2.5 year hiatus from, the decision wasn't like originally 2.5 years. I decided to take a break from social media because life was moving at such a speed that I was quite literally, getting whiplash, and I needed to make sure that I was making decisions from a place of authenticity. I hope these lessons can provide, life lessons, I would say, provide some support and clarity as you navigate day to day or think about the decision to take a hiatus from social media. Lesson number 1 is intention without action is less fruit. So I do believe in the power of intention. I believe that if you set intentions, that naturally your actions may start to align up and you can start seeing progress in your life. But if it's only intention and no aligned action, there is not a lot of fruit for you to actually manifest that thing that you were hoping to achieve. And so, you can take 90 days off of social media, go goals, and do the glow up. But if you don't have any action, for the time that you are intending to take back, I don't think the journey is going to be as fruitful as if you did pair it with aligned action. And I'm a huge believer in aligned actions. We know that the scripture says faith without works is dead. And in the same way, I do believe that intention without action is less fruit. So for example, if you say, hey, I want to lose weight. I'm not saying you have to change your entire life routine, but think of one aligned action you can take. Everything consistent, all variables the same, everything consistent. Say, okay, now I'm just gonna walk a mile a day. That may not get you 100% to your goal, but it's gonna get you closer. And so I encourage you to think of one thing you can do consistently to get to your goal. And so as Nike would say, not completely, they would say just do it, but I would add to that, do it and do it with consistency, which leads me to my next point and lesson. Consistency is the W. I'm not sure if you experienced this, but in our 20s and in our late teens, we start to experience a lot of peaks in life. It's graduate from high school, get into college, get the scholarships, get the class you want to get, graduate from college, get into grad school, get the job, the relationship, the promotion. And for me, I started to get addicted to these peak moments and these accomplishments and started to seek that. Now, as I sit, as 30-something, 32, I'm recognizing that life may not always happen in peaks. Every 3 months is something new that I'm accomplishing, a new job, a new place that I'm moving to, that creates these highs in life. What I've learned is that consistency is what truly builds success, and that's something that I'm really trying to incorporate and implement in my life and in my journey to build the life that I desire. Repeated action, develops a deeper investment into the thing that you are actually trying to manifest for yourself or build for yourself. And so I think that having consistent action is really more impactful than those peak moments, because again, you're investing over and over in that desire, where you may not see the progress to that thing as much as you would see is getting into grad school or graduating from your master's program, what have you, but you're taking repeated action that is aligning you to get to that goal. And so while it may take 10 years to accomplish that thing, right, these smaller actions are more aligned. Lesson number 3, for sure, optimism over pessimism. When I took my break from social media, it was also because like life was getting pretty dark during that time. But like after I got off of social media, life continued to get dark. Okay, like social media did not change that. It was, the skies were darkening. And I experienced significant loss during that time. I experienced financial woes. I experienced legal issues, career frustrations, relationship problems. You name it, I probably experienced it during that time. And I got to a place where I could no longer see the light. I was speaking out of a place of doubt and resistance. I didn't really believe that anything good could happen to me. And it was one day I was on the phone with a friend and I was just listening to her speak and like how she was choosing to be happy. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna choose the same thing. Like, I'm no longer going to allow the situations that I cannot control, the things that are happening to me, I'm not gonna allow that to rob me of my joy and my audacity to hope. And so there is one book that was a complete game changer when it comes to this. I am going to share that with you later on in the video. It'll be linked below in the description. Complete game changer in terms of positive mindset and thinking. One of the books that I am reading right now, and it's like I've been reading this book since the beginning of the year. I pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. But there's some great lessons in there, particularly if you're a believer. It's The Power of Positive Thinking by Joyce Meyer. It's a really good book. It talks about like intentional ways that you can carry positivity in your life. Lesson number 4 is the path of least resistance and greatest alignment. Choose that path. The path of least resistance and greatest alignment. Choose that path. So I don't know if you know the book, the poem by Robert Frost. I think it's like the road less traveled, the road less taken. You should listen to that poem. But I want you to think about like the road that you are trying to take. If you have a decision to make in your life, there is no right or wrong decision. I think it's important, like for me, I'm a person of faith. So I do believe in prayer. I do believe in seeking God for clarity and direction. But there are also times where it's an exercise of your own faith, intellect, and will to kind of navigate like what you should do next and make the decision that's best for you. So of course, after careful consideration, proper risk analysis, right? Like don't just, ink, pink, pepper, stink and make the decisions in your life. But one of the criteria that I think that helped me make some really strong decisions for my career specifically is, where do I see the greatest alignment in my personal desires, in my professional like goals, in my financial goals and desires? Like what career path or options have the greatest alignment to that, my personal and professional convictions? And then where's the least resistance, right? Like I could be a doctor and get everything that I want, but I would have to go back to school. I would have to study like all of these other subjects and fields of like academia that I'm not familiar with. And so I think as we make decisions, a great question to ask is, what road has the greatest alignment and least resistance? And I think that one may be like the place to step in. It may not be, right? Like, I don't know, it's your life. But for me, that advice has proven to be like very helpful as I particularly make career decisions for myself in this last couple of years in my life. Lesson number 5 is do it when you don't care about the result. Y'all, I am dating, I am YouTubing, I am dancing, all of the things. And it's so freeing to not be so thirsty for like what the end result will be, but just to enjoy the journey. I am reigniting and re-exploring my creativity. I am learning about myself romantically, and those things allow me to commit to the process as opposed to always thinking about what am I getting out of this. It frees you from the pressure of timelines and the expectation of what things should look like and how they should look. And it allows you to create your own story and enjoy your own adventure at your own pace. And I think that's the true benefit of falling in love with the journey over the result. If any of this resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and please, if you have any lessons that you learned from taking a long break from social media, life lessons, or the lessons that you're currently learning, I would love to hear about them in the comments. As promised, so the book that I have been touting about that really changed my mindset is The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. It is on YouTube. You can listen to it for free. I'm gonna put it in the description box. Yeah, description, not subscription. Okay, description box. And I hope that you will listen to it as well. I'll also link The Power of Positive Thinking by Joyce Meyer. That has really been helping me as well. This is Lindsay in the City, and I'm just getting started. I hope to see you on the next video.